While she danced with him, I handed the ring to her sister and left her life forever. The lights dimmed just as she started to dance. Her red dress caught the chandeliers like a flame trying to burn its way out of a cold room. Her laughter, soft, deliberate, rehearsed, cut through the music. I had heard that laugh before, though never for me. She was dancing with him, not hiding it, not anymore. The way her fingers rested on his chest, light, teasing, almost like they belonged there, told me everything words had avoided. I stood by the bar, half a glass of whiskey untouched, watching my wife move in circles that felt too intimate to be innocent. People around us saw a charming evening. I saw a betrayal unfolding in slow motion. And in that moment, between the music and the lies, I realized something simple. She had already left me long before I decided to walk away. The ring in my pocket was heavy, not because of gold, but memory. Every touch, every promise, every lie. It was all condensed into that small circle. I could feel the weight of it pressing against my palm as I watched her smile up at him. My mind wasn't screaming. It was quiet, calculating. That was the terrifying part, how calm I was while watching my life collapse in real time. I waited for her to turn toward me. She didn't. So I turned instead, to her sister, and I whispered, "When she's done dancing, give her this. The ring, the symbol, the end." Then I walked out into the cold night, alone, but free. That's where it ended. But this story didn't begin there. It began months before, when the first lie felt like an accident. It started with late-night messages. Her phone would light up at odd hours, never with a name, only emojis, a red heart, a half moon. I told myself not to care, not to imagine. She said it was work, just deadlines, she murmured one night, turning her phone face down. She was always so careful with her words, never careless, until she became too comfortable lying. The first time I saw his name, it was a mistake. Her phone buzzed while she showered. A preview on the screen, "Can't stop thinking about last night." I remember standing there, staring at those words, my chest tightening, but my hands still. No confrontation, no raised voice, just silence. That's how I handle pain, quietly, like a knife being sharpened. That night, I held her close while she slept. She smiled in her sleep, and I wondered if she was dreaming of him. The next morning, I watched her pack her bag. Her perfume, once sweet, felt suffocating. Her lipstick was brighter, her eyes distant. I asked casually, "Where are you heading?" She smiled. "Lunch with a friend." I smiled back. "Which one?" She hesitated, just for a second. That hesitation told me everything. There are moments when a lie is louder than any truth. That was mine. I started noticing patterns. She'd leave with excitement and return with silence. She'd hug me, but her arms never closed completely. Love doesn't die in one moment. It bleeds out slowly, smile by smile. And when it was nearly gone, I decided to stop pretending. I didn't confront her. I studied her. Every glance, every call, every deviation in her tone. I started taking mental notes like evidence in a trial. She said she was visiting her sister, so I called her sister, casually, conversationally. She hadn't seen her. Interesting. I didn't explode. I didn't question her. Instead, I began collecting small truths. I checked our shared credit card statement. One dinner at La Verraza, a restaurant 2 cities away. 2 people, 1 bottle of wine, 1 dessert with 2 spoons. 2 spoons. The kind of detail that buries itself deep under your skin. I remembered her saying that night, "I was stuck in traffic." She wasn't lying completely. She was stuck, just not in traffic. Days became weeks. Her affection became guilt, small gestures, random touches, unnecessary I love yous. I accepted them with a smile, because guilt is proof of conscience, and conscience is proof of weakness, and weak people can be undone with precision. I began documenting everything quietly: screenshots, timestamps, alibis. I didn't need proof to leave, I needed proof to never look back. Then came the moment that confirmed everything. A friend, unaware of the storm, mentioned seeing her at a hotel bar. She looked happy, he said. Didn't know she had a twin. Twin. That word stayed in my mind like a taunt. When she came home that night, glowing and breathless, I didn't ask a thing. I just said, "You look beautiful." Because revenge requires patience, and I was very patient. The truth didn't arrive like lightning. It came in fragments, pictures, receipts, messages. One night I received a video from a private investigator I had hired quietly. There she was, my wife, dancing, with him. His hand around her waist, her head on his shoulder. Their faces, careless, free, happy. I watched it twice, not because I didn't believe it, but because I needed to feel the pain long enough to remember why I would never forgive her. Then I saved the video, closed my laptop, and went to bed beside her. She slept soundly, oblivious. I watched her for a long time, her chest rising and falling, her face so familiar yet foreign. And I realized I no longer loved her, not because of what she did, but because she made me stop feeling anything at all. That was the moment I decided my revenge wouldn't be loud. It would be quiet, surgical, precise. I wouldn't destroy her. I'd simply leave her with herself. It was her sister's engagement party, the perfect setting for lies wrapped in celebration. She dressed in red, the same shade she wore on our first date. The irony was poetic. I watched her laugh, flirt, glow. She danced with him again, right there, in front of everyone. They thought they were invisible. They weren't. I slipped my hand into my pocket, feeling the ring one last time. That small, circular reminder of promises broken and truths denied. Her sister stood beside me. She noticed my expression. "You okay?" she whispered. I smiled. "I'm perfect." Then, without another word, I placed the ring in her palm. "Give this to her when she's done dancing." She looked confused, but I didn't explain. I turned, slowly, deliberately, and walked through the hall. The music faded behind me. With every step, I felt lighter. Not free yet, but close. As I reached the exit, I heard a faint gasp. Maybe she saw the ring. Maybe she realized what it meant. But I didn't turn around. Because when you finally let go of someone who betrayed you, you don't look back. You let the silence finish the story. It's been months since that night. I moved into a smaller apartment, bare walls, no memories, just peace. Sometimes I still see her name flash across my phone. I don't open the messages. I don't need to. I know what regret sounds like, even in silence. She married the man she cheated with. I heard they're not doing well. Poetic symmetry. She wanted freedom, she got emptiness. I wanted peace, I got clarity. I don't hate her anymore. Hate means you still care. Now she's just a story I once lived through, a lesson written in betrayal and silence. When I handed her sister that ring, I wasn't ending a marriage. I was reclaiming myself. And that's what betrayal really teaches you. You don't lose them. You lose the version of yourself that tolerated them. I stood at my window last night, watching the city breathe under a rainstorm. The same kind of night when she used to say, "I love you." Now, I just whisper back into the dark, "I remember." And I sleep soundly. Because some endings don't need closure. They just need silence.
How could you do this?